Hey everyone, I hope you all are well, you're good, and now I'm back with the Premier League Game Week 9 prediction. I'm so happy the international break is over. It's time to look on the Premier League fixtures now. Some great fixtures to look on. I'm going to predict these fixtures. So before I start, just requesting everyone to like, subscribe, means a lot, and also your prediction in the comment section to know your point of view. So coming off with the first match, that is Liverpool versus Everton, the Merseyside derby. And see, Merseyside derby are always a special derby, still a very big derby. And Everton just got a very big victory against Bournemouth in the last game week, scoring 3 goals and conceding 0. But Liverpool at Anfield is a very tall ask. And we all know the record in Merseyside derby is not really good. Yes, Everton got a victory some years back, but still Liverpool are a massive dominant team. Mohamed Salah, Gakpo could be back in this game. There's still Nunes. Jota will be back after suspension. Strasbourg is there as well. They've still got a very good team, Liverpool. Konate, Van Dijk, if still Robertson is injured, sadly, but Tsimikas is still a very good player. Trent, and I think Everton, even after scoring 3 goals, I don't think they're very clinical. And I think this is where at Anfield, the crowd and the dominance, I think Liverpool will have just too much of Everton. And I'm going with Liverpool 2, Everton 0. Coming on to the next fixture to discuss now and the second game, and that is Brentford vs Burnley. See, first of all, Burnley have massive pressure on their head. I've really been impressed with the football they play. Vincent Company, they play some really good football. I saw them against Chelsea. They could have put us in the spot 2-0 by half time, but they are just not a clinical team. We saw it against Tottenham as well, and when they start conceding, they concede a lot. 5 against Tottenham, 4 against Chelsea, 3 against City. So even if you're playing well, that won't help you stay up. While Brentford are suffering from a bad form right now, they're still a very good team, but they're suffering from a bad form. The goals are not really coming for them. But this is a fixture where we can present them opportunity, playing a team that leaves spaces behind. And I think this will be a high scoring game. I think Burnley might find the shooting goals in this game, but they leave so much space behind that Brentford could counter. And I think it's going to be Brentford 3, Burnley 2, a very high scoring game. Coming to the third one now, that is Bournemouth versus Wolves. And it's a different fortunes. Bournemouth are expected to be going a bit upper in the table, in the mid-table cards, with a new manager, an exciting managerial appointment, while Wolves were expected to not be in that same category. They were expected to go down or be in the relegation battle. We all knew they let Julian Lopetegui go. The squad was losing some players. They lost Matheus Nunes right in the end. But Wolves have beaten Manchester City now, got a draw against Aston Villa. They're playing some very good football. Should have got a victory at Old Trafford, at least a draw for the chances they created. And now they come into this game, but I still believe Wolves are not really clinical. Bournemouth are absolutely struggling for goals, and I think this is a 1-1 written all over it. Bournemouth cannot afford to lose it. Wolves are in good form, and I think it's going to be Bournemouth 1, Wolves 1. Coming on to the next one now, that is Nottingham Forest versus Luton Town. Luton Town and the first 20 minutes against Tottenham were horrific. It could have been 3-0 Tottenham, 4-0 Tottenham. But after that, they could have easily got a draw in the game. Like Adebayo had a very good chance. How are you missing that, mate? You cannot miss that. And Luton Town, they beat Everton away at Goodison Park. Before that, even against Fulham, they had the chances to win the game. They have not played that bad as much people has been really making them out to be. They're really playing well, but they just can't score their chances. While Nottingham Forest have struggled against teams where they are expected to be dominant, but when you're playing a team that is not really clinical, I think Nottingham Forest is too much for them, and I'm going with Nottingham Forest 2, Luton Town 0. Coming on to the next one, that is Manchester City vs Brighton, a very good game to look forward this week. It's been surrounded by Chelsea, Arsenal, Merseyside derby, but this is a very good game. We all know how capable Brighton are against the big sides. And coming on to Manchester City, they lost to Arsenal, but defensively they've been really good this season. Still, they consider deflected goal. Guardiola, Ake, Diaz, Stone should be back. You've still got Akanji there as well. Walker. They're a very good team. Rodri is back for this game as well. And I think Manchester City are going to bounce back in this game and they're going to keep a clean sheet. I think Brighton will play well. Man City will play well. But I think defensively, it will be very difficult to break this Manchester City side down. And I think Erling Haaland, Foden, they're going to find something on the break with Doku or a Grealish. And I think it's going to be Manchester City 2, Brighton 0. Coming on to the next game now. That is Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. And see, Crystal Palace have not had only save for this season. He has been injured. Eze is now injured as well. But Crystal Palace have still found out results and they're still in a very nice position at the table. But I still believe Palace struggle for goals. And when you're playing a Newcastle side who are absolutely confident right now in a good vein of form, they are scoring some goals as well. They are a very good side at St. James Park with the atmosphere. I think they just don't have goals. Roy Hodgson is going to go there. He's going to put Crystal Palace defensively solid. And I don't think Newcastle is going to batter them. But I think it's going to be comfortable 2-0 victory. I think Palace will have the threats on the counter, but they are just not clinical to put them in the net. So I'm going with Newcastle 2, Crystal Palace 0. Coming on to the big game now. Chelsea versus Arsenal. See, I'm going to be unbiased in prediction. I'm a Chelsea fan. It's a very big game. Arsenal for me are a side which people are really too much going after. They have really did well this season. Yes, they've not played like the way they did last season, but they still have grinded out results. They are still unbeaten in the Premier League with 6 wins and 2 draws. Yes, they lost in the Champions League, but they still got a group they'll get passed by. They went to the next round of the Carabao Cup, so people are making too much out of it. They've also had injuries. Finally, in this match, they might have a fully fit squad back. On the other hand, Chelsea, with the money we spend, the pressure is always going to come to us. But right now, in the last 2 matches, we have played some really good stuff and we've got the results. And including Carabao Cup, we have 3 wins on the bounce now. And I think with Chelsea, because we have spent 1 billion, it's very easy to criticize us. But nobody really goes on and looks that we have played really well in every game. We should have been leading by halftime against West Ham. We should have beaten Aston Villa by halftime. We were a better side than them. You go on to so many fixtures this season. Liverpool second half. We have not played that bad, but we have not got the desired results. But finally, when we were clinical, we were able to get result. Cole Palmer hopefully is fit for this game. And even after injuries, we still have a good lineup. The midfield battle, Enzo, Caicedo, Declan Rice, Partey, Odegaard is going to be massive. I think both sides defensively this season have been really solid, and that is why I'm going with a 1-1 draw in this game. I think both sides are really solid, and I'm going with a 1-1 draw. I think Chelsea is not going to leave too much behind in this match. Chelsea is going to be defensively solid. The first team who might score might win this game. Arsenal are defensively solid, and I think both managers will tactically set up for a draw or a victory, but they won't want to lose this game. And I think this is where this is a 1-1 draw written all over it. Defensively solid, and both sides will get a goal each. But I think if there's chance of more a team to win this fixture highly, that is Arsenal, even as a Chelsea fan saying that. And coming on to the next match now to look forward to, and that is Sheffield United versus Manchester United. We all know how much pressure Ten Hag is under. In the Champions League group, they've lost 2 matches against Galatasaray and Bayern. They've gone to the next round of the Carabao Cup, but they still are really struggling right now. In the league, they got a victory against Brentford with late goals from Scott McTominay, but they still haven't had a good season. Then the ownership struggle going behind, which I won't discuss too much in this video. They have to win this game, because after this is Copenhagen and Manchester City. And Sheffield United, you have to say, have been one of the worst side in the league this season so far. People are saying Luton, but Luton have been far better. Sheffield still were unlucky. They should have got at least something against Tottenham. They should have beaten Everton when Pickford made that wonderful save. But some of the defeats they are getting in the last some matches, goals they are conceding is enormous. And I think this could be a fixture where Rashford, Haaland, Bruno Fernandes, they all can start clicking and get their shooting boots on before the big game. As much as I respect Sheffield, I think United will have too much. And I'm going with a 2-0 Manchester United win this match. I don't think it's going to be a thrashing, but I think United will get the job done, get a clean sheet, and go home happy with confidence. And coming on to the next game now, this is another good one, spicy one. Aston Villa versus West Ham United. See, being very honest, I think Aston Villa, we all know what they really did in this game against Brighton, beating them 6-1. But Brighton are a really highly attacking side. So Aston Villa had a good chance to really find the spaces in. West Ham are going to give Aston Villa the ball, sit back, put Bowen Antonio on the counters, and that's what they're going to do. And Aston Villa struggle against these sides. And I think with Kudus as well there, and the quality of defensively West Ham have got with Alvarez right now. Defensively, they're a solid side. And Aston Villa always struggle against side where they have to be the one dominating. I think this is a fixture where I think a surprise will happen. And surprise in terms of, I think many people are going with Villa win, but I think West Ham are going to win this, nick this 2-1. I'm going with Aston Villa 1, West Ham 2, Bowen Antonio to do something good in this game. And coming on to the next one, that is Tottenham versus Fulham, top of the table. Ange Postecoglou's team doing really well so far this season. In this match, we know sadly Bissouma will be suspended, and they have a bit of touch and go with Romero from the international duty, but he should be fine. And I think Fulham right now, I think Fulham are really struggling this season. They got a victory against Everton in the first game of the week season, but they did not really look good against Chelsea in the first 20 minutes. To be really honest, they were really poor. Fulham got a big victory against Sheffield last week, but they still are struggling for goals. A lot of responsibility falls on the hand of Pereira, Willian. Jimenez is really playing well in my term. He's not doing bad, but he's not scoring goals. And this is where Fulham are struggling. Tottenham are themselves a very good side. They're playing some great football. Son, Maddison, Richarlison is slowly looking back into the form. And I think at home and Fulham struggling for goals, I think Tottenham will have just too much for them. And I'm going with Tottenham 2, Fulham 0. These are my prediction. Do let me know your prediction. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Thank you. Wishing you the best. Thank you.